Welcome back, everybody, to the Creative Moment, Season 5, Episode 2, the Thanksgiving Special. It'll come out just 2 days before Thanksgiving. You have time to, on your drive home, going home to see family, that whole thing, turn on the Creative Moment and just binge it. Okay, we need our place. I'm Dante Bullhauer, Jamie Bullhauer. You guys know that by now. We're here to talk on our Thanksgiving Special. Let's open it right up.
Oh, I bent the... Oh, my gosh. Totally
bent the pop tab. All right.
Yep.
Okay, so
Bad
it
leverage.
might be no surprise to you. Today we're talking what we're thankful for. It doesn't necessarily have to relate to creativity, but one of ours we said will be in that creative field. So 3 things that we're thankful for. First one for both of us, obviously, you guys. We're thankful for your... Corny.
So 3 plus 1.
4. That's 4. Thankful for you guys for listening, all that stuff. I'll probably get a little teary-eyed at the end. So.
Okay. All right.
Joke. But anyway, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Okay. I'll go first. So I'll go in least to most importance. That's one of the essay orders, by the way.
Okay, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Oh, you're going to go. You're hit number 1?
I'm just going to do...
Oh, you're just going to random. You're just going to randomize it. Okay. Well, so I was thinking, obviously, because we do, we don't script this part, but we know what the topic is. And actually, it's weird. It's technology, but it's not. It's the ability to share my stuff, your stuff, in all kinds of different ways. And I was just thinking back because we're doing a little cleaning. Thanksgiving's coming up, so we got. And stuff like that, and I found this little poem I wrote in junior high that the Douglas Budget actually printed. Okay, and not anything major and stuff. It just was about making friends. And came across technically my first book, which I used a printing place in town and hustled it to the Blue Moon and around campus and stuff, and just how hard it was to share my stuff. And so now, at this moment, you got Instagram, you have the app formerly known as Twitter, you have my blog, and it's kind of crazy to think who... actually, I don't even know who reads it and stuff. I'm sending out the winners of the Goodreads giveaway, mailing that out. And it's just like, man. And to be honest, I'm like, I would have loved to have been me at a younger time growing up with all this technology. And who knows, maybe it would have been different with that. But... Thursday night had a good reading. I reworked the poem I had talked about getting feedback on, and spaces and stuff. And it's amazing. It is amazing how much you can share your stuff, whether you always know who sees it and what, and dealing with negative feedback and other stuff like that. That's the other part. But honestly, it is pretty incredible. If you're into art, there's DeviantArt site. There's, if you want your stuff out there, it could be out there, and I am just happy for it.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I can't imagine my business being successful back then doing what I do. I just probably the only job that I'd be able to get in a town like this, working for the newspaper, taking photos, I would imagine. And there's a whole lot of opportunities, like the whole Bubbler sponsorship, things like that, that you don't have. I don't even know how I would get that opportunity if we didn't have that ability for me to just send a link to my website to Bubbler and have all my best shots and stuff on there. So definitely a big part of my success. Super thankful for that, because otherwise I would be at Wendy's making Baconators. Thankful for Baconators, by the way.
Yes.
Haven't had one in a long time. But anyway, my first thing that I'm thankful for, we're going to go deep here.
Oh, holy cow.
and we've obviously touched on this before, is the failures of this year. I guess maybe a better term would be growing pains. To
Growing
make me feel,
opportunities.
Make me feel better about myself. I feel like I learned a lot about myself through these. A lot of what you already kind of assume about yourself, but then when you actually go through it, it either confirms or gives you a new perspective on how you deal with things. It sucked. It was like the worst month, I would probably say, of my life for a variety of reasons. And to just know that I seriously thought about quitting. I seriously thought about going to do something else. I was stressed out of my mind. It just was not a good time. Yeah. And to know that I have the perseverance. Yeah, there's dog hair all over. I wake up with dog hair in my mouth every day. To know that I have the perseverance and that even through, to date, the worst adversity I've come across, that I can and do get through it, because it just confirms to me that this is what I am supposed to do and what I love to do.
You'll be surprised where you are in a year.
Yeah, because I can't even imagine, I can't think of anything else that I would enjoy doing as much as this. There's nothing that even comes close to it. Even with, I say it right now and I'm stressed and frustrated and all this stuff, but I just can't imagine doing anything else. So knowing that through that failure, teaching me that it's almost impossible for me, knock on wood, to quit this business no matter what missteps I take or that sort of thing. I'm thankful to be able to just kind of have that confirmation in.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit in the creative way of the stuff, but you got hit on top of some of the family things that we went through. Also, your job, maybe the worst thing to have happen in your job, and in that case, it wasn't a fault per se. It's
everybody has said it's the weirdest catastrophe ever to have 3 hard drives go down in the span of a year,
and new computer,
and
then but you put so much use to them also, and people I know there, as we say, growing opportunities. Failures, I think, actually teach us new things. I think success confirms. And yes, it teaches us some new things a little bit, maybe because you stepped out of the box and something happened. But really, failure or those hard times, and believe me, I've been there too. I've honestly thought, I'm done. It does not seem like I'm going to ever make it as a writer and stuff. But I can't stop writing. I can't. It's and right now, just we mentioned release the book. Getting the Goodreads, out and doing all of that stuff, and I'm energized, even though, the cost of mail has gone up.
Yep, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Off posters.
Oh man, holy cow! Anyway, but it's just even in the midst of that, it's this is yes, this is exciting. This is, and it's funny how if you're doing something that ignites you, that is a part of who you are, which is our definition of creativity, whatever it might be, whatever job it is, it doesn't matter. Even in the adversity, it's still you get energized, because I only got half the books out because their computer system went down on Saturday, and I'm really just oh my gosh, I gotta get these out. I get but yet it's just this is you're in the midst of it, and in a way confirming that.
And that's the I'd rather go through a lot less adversity, but if I have to go through adversity, I want it to be through some because I care so much about this, that the pains of it almost hurt that much more because of how much I put in the passion of it. That sort it would suck to hate your job and then to be going through the adversity of failing at your job. I would rather have no different type of failure, adversity.
I think that's a deep point, in the sense that, no, you never want to go through failure. And I think sometimes, even in the creative world, to a degree, maybe why some people don't venture out to get their stuff out there. Because you have to, you know that you're going to probably get hurt more than just going to a job that you kind of hate. You can live with the 9 to 5 and that grind and not be, but when you do creative work or you put your heart on the line, in anything in life, relationships, sports and stuff, that pain is not like anything else. It just isn't. We can tolerate the grind of a boring job, and people do. But putting your heart out there in anything and having to go through the hurt of whatever that failure is, yeah, people step away from it. And I think we've actually touched on that before, about the courage to actually step forward.
Yeah, I think that was back in the first studio.
Well, holy cow, we haven't been at this. So.
3 new studios. Tune in. 2024, we're coming in with a new studio probably. I haven't been in an apartment for more than a year, which is wild. But anyway, number 2 for you.
Okay, number 2. Well, now that you're not doing yours in order, because it actually connects to yours. So this was actually supposed to be my number 1.
Okay.
But since now we're not doing it in order.
Well, I'm least thankful for failures. That's kind of better. But.
I know, but it actually connects to yours, because as I was thinking about this like for the last day or so. Because I will honestly have to say I am thankful for all the hardships I had to go through growing up. I don't wish to have gone through those, though. It's a double-edged sword. Holy cow! I honestly, it's still crazy. It's something like, if you ever read the book Tuesdays with Maury, and Maury talks about his heartache and stuff from his childhood, and Mitch is like, it still hurts, and he's like, yeah, because I've lived through it. Like, that's my life, And so it's on that part. Because I do wonder, where would I have been in my goals and aspirations if I had a more stable, a little bit of a normal childhood. But yet at the same time, I have to admit that it is something I'm appreciative of, because it has driven me maybe to step out to do this, to attempt to slam competitions, to put out books, to do those things. So it's a double-edged sword. I am thankful for it. I really do, unpopular opinion, I don't like if I didn't go through this is not the person I would be. Yeah, I would. I am the person I'd be even if I'd had a better childhood. Sorry, I would have been. I may have even been better than who I was. But I am thankful to go through it and to have the inspiration, because like that junior high poem I found that the Douglas Budget had published was about making friends with people that you may not, see as being able to be a friend. And I was writing about stuff like that in junior high. And so kind of along the same lines, double-edged sword in that component. But I am honestly thankful, and obviously with the loss of your grandmas and my mom, and your life perspective gets shifted a little bit at those, gives you time to think about stuff and that. So I am thankful for it. Don't really wish it on people, but yeah. So that was supposed to be number 1. It's actually
that's probably my bad. That's probably my bad.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We don't have a script. Yeah. We don't have a script.
Off-the-cuff stuff. Yep. Okay. Though it is that double-edged sword, and anybody that can like pull a hardship memory from their head kind of knows what it's kind of hard to articulate, but kind of knows what feeling.
And the same as you did not want to go through that. No. Did you learn? Yes, but it's still like it.
And there's still, right now I would still wish it wouldn't have happened. I'm sure down the line, it has taught me a lot. So I'm grateful for those lessons, but if I had to choose between doing it all over again or not having it happen, I'm still bit by the by the sting of that. So I'd still rather, please, if there's any way that we can salvage this. Yeah. Okay, so my number 2 is traveling. I'm kind of thinking how do I take. I guess just the ability to travel as a part of doing what I love. If you know me, my absolute favorite photography, videography, like media, like what I like to take the photos of the most is travel, landscapes, kind of like wildlife's kind of intermixed in that, but just different sites of the world. I love being outside, so that, and I love hiking, being active. So they all kind of coincide to become like just a very enjoyable experience for me. And I've been blessed with being self-employed, having the ability to travel basically whenever I want. And that's just a huge blessing because there's just a different feeling and a different gear that I go into when I'm traveling, when I'm in a different place. Obviously, my most recent trip was to Yellowstone. I'm going to Florida here in December. That's more of a vacation thing, but obviously I'm bringing the camera bag and stuff. I went to Hawaii last summer.
Was a vacation, but you still
whenever I go on these trips and I tell myself, oh, it's just going to be a relaxing day or whatever. There's one day in Hawaii that we were on the resort, and I was like, I probably won't touch the camera bag. I've just been stay 10 or whatever. Got up at 4 a.m, flew the drone, was taking photos like of the trees and stuff. That is the most fulfilled I am, and I would love to be able to monetize that more. I've been able to just a little bit here and there, but those landscape photos, when I take them, I know that when I go back and look at them, it'll just like take me back there. I have 3 huge photos sitting in my office right now, and one of them is from Zion out in Utah. And every time I look at that photo, I remember that hike. It was super cold. It was muddy. It was snowy. I saw some deer there. I went on this amazing slot canyon tour with a retired photographer, which he was super cool. I just remember being there, and I remember sitting there and just looking out over that canyon and Angel's Landing and stuff, and like it's just I have a different sense of fulfillment when I am in a different place creating, and it's the coolest thing ever to have all these compiled memories of these different places. That sea turtle in Hawaii was just awesome, and I love the photo of that. And then the I can't pronounce Hawaii sites, but the teal waters of that coast where I had the drone out and stuff, like I am taken back to the feeling that I have when I'm creating those, and it's like nothing that I have ever experienced other than when I'm traveling.
Don't you remember your persuasive essay?
Yeah, it was about traveling.
It was about traveling. Yeah, his senior year. They got sites. Yeah, and the benefits and stuff in which everybody everybody who actually travels gets that feeling. That's why we take pictures. That's why we do that. But with the creative mind or a creative eye rolling while you're there, I think that it enhances that.
And
aspect.
Just the newness of the experience, being somewhere you've never been or seeing something you've never seen, just ignites that even more. Like we said, we had a whole podcast about traveling, how it breaks from the mundane and sparks that creativity.
Yep. Very good.
So there's my number 2. We're down to the thick of it. Number 3. This is not his number 1.
Not my number 1. This is all kind of a total mess. Kind of weird, not weird, but the ability to learn, and we covered that before too, and the importance of that. But that there are other creatives to learn from and get perspective from, and do those things like. Stephen King, Neil Gaiman, all those people, they actually say if you want to be a better writer, you have to read. If you don't have time to read, you're not. And part I think that is no, we don't always get to physically travel. but we get to experience. And sometimes what I just love is just giving a bit of information, and for whatever reason, that moment in time, it clicks, and it's like, oh, I'd never really thought of that, or it's a new angle on an idea. We've mentioned with the quote from Stephen King about breaking the rules and why you got to know grammar. It's that kind of thing. Just because we're all experiencing this life together. Yes, we have different, challenges and other stuff. But there are, holy cow, there are millions of poets on social media and stuff like that. And there is, to a degree, there's no new love poem. Let's just use that as an example. There just isn't. There's no new love poem. But yet we still write about it. We write it in unique ways. I use forms a lot more than I did, and I can read somebody else's and just still be moved and like go, I never, that's a cool metaphor. That's, type of thing. And so having that and making sure I always, that all those books, I read and listen to stuff and learn. And I'm glad that other creatives share their work.
Yeah, that, there's like in any creative industry, there's like kind of a quote along that line. If you're not like learning something new, you're really not improving. You're not. And Peter McKinnon says, when I want to stop learning, that'll be the day that I quit, because I know I'm not passionate enough to keep learning in the industry. That's definitely something I need to make more time for, and I've started to do that. If you've seen any of the NSAA hype videos, whether it's in venue or social media, this past fall, I really made an effort to do new things with them. For example, the volleyball video, doing the media day type thing.
Yep.
I had different effects overlaid on top of that I'd never really tried before. I saw it was based on like an NBA, their like hype video or whatever that they played on opening night. For football, those venue videos will be coming out Monday, Tuesday, playing in Memorial Stadium, but you can see one of them on social media with a lot of masking with the football players and stuff. Never did that before. Super time consuming to do for 7 videos. Took me an hour per team for 14 teams. But it was fun to do something new and see how it worked and learn from that. And that is... Again, that kind of relates to the traveling point, where it's something you've never done before. It kind of ignites that passion all over again. So yeah, that's something I have been and need to make more time for, because it is a critical part in being a creative. My number 3 is gonna sound cheesy because she's right here, but I am thankful. So back in March, I got a dog. Other than an albino guinea pig, another guinea pig, and a fish that lasted like 2 days. My first pet, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Bubbles.
Yes,
Shout
Bubbles.
out Bubbles. Beta fish. Super weird. Anyway, I dog sit for a friend very, very consistently. There's 3 dogs, 2 golden retrievers, and a Yorkie. I thought that I knew... what getting a dog would be like, what like potty training, raising it, that whole thing, how it works in your life, I had no clue. No clue.
We tried.
I had no idea.
We did not say no,
No.
But we're like, you do understand that.
And I'm on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex with not that much grass. And I got her as she's chewing the nail off the bar stool. I got her. There was snow on the ground. It was super cold. I had read so much and researched so much. I'm like, I got this down to a science. She will be fine. Oh my gosh. Having such a flip, a complete 180 in your routine was something that I've never really experienced before. I kind of liked just being able to go with the flow, and obviously with my job, like today I'm going to be gone for like 9 hours. I have to come have my girlfriend let her out. So like planning all that stuff. Your whole life becomes at least partially centered around this other living being that you have to be responsible for. You have to pay for everything.
Really? All those parents out there, they're just laughing right now. They're just laughing.
It has taught me so much. And Dave, the guy that I met.
Oh, yeah.
Just got a puppy, so that's fun. He's been sending me some photos. But the change in my routine has taught me so much about like patience. Because I still need to work on it. I'm mad right now that she's chewing apart her sheep that I just got her for $12. Just the how your life just changes is crazy, and I'm thankful for it. She is the best. I love every second of her. She's made me more active. Because like I was very tired of like I love what I do, but it is very sedentary, very down, like just sitting at a computer all day. So I wanted to be more active. She is an easy incentive for that. Let's just go for a walk, that whole thing. We have a ton of fun together. She helps when I'm bored and lonely and that whole thing. But the lessons that it has taught me, I'm super, super thankful for, because one, now I feel a little more prepared for a kid. It's kind of made me not want kids a little bit.
I understand.
Two, it has brought me back to just kind of the compassion of everyday life. Like when you live alone and it's just you. Yeah. I felt like I was not selfish, but just more. All I really need to worry about is me. So she helps me just branch back out to who I know I am, and just like caring about other people, other things, more than just like myself, which was a habit that I wasn't necessarily proud of when I was just kind of living alone. I felt that, and I didn't know really how to circumvent it when I was never around people. But just so many things that I'm grateful for her. Definitely not the bills and stuff that come along with it. Definitely not the potty training, but the joy that she, like, I sound like a father. It's weird. The joy that she brings so far outweighs the financial and the time and all the commitments that are stressful and frustrating. And it's just crazy to have that much of a percentage of my thought capacity in a day be about something else, because it has to be. Yeah. So
because you, and the part, like the lessons you're taught, like you can't just dog sitting. You could go once you're done. You were done. You didn't have to do. It's a every moment of the day type of thing. You can't just put it away.
I had huge buyer's remorse. I wanted to.
Yes, I remember that week. I remember. Oh my!
Because I was like, I'm going to have to do this every day for 10 years. For 10 years, every day when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to have to bring her outside, go to the bathroom. Yeah, that's awful. And I, like, in the mornings, I'll try and coax her back into bed when her tell is she'll look back at me when she's facing the door to tell me she needs to go out. I'm like, come here, we're going to sit in bed a little longer because I don't want to. So I'm very thankful for it. It has taught me a lot, and I do think if it is a possibility for financially and that whole thing, if you can have a pet like that before having a kid, I feel like I'm not prepared at all, but I'm way more prepared for when that time comes than I would have been.
I would agree.
So. Season 5, Episode 2, the Thanksgiving special. Obviously, again, like I said, we're super thankful for you guys, your support, your watches, your listens, all that stuff. This is now over a year that we've been knocking these out every 2 weeks. And spend some time with your family this week. Obviously, the holidays are a great time. Yep. Maybe reach out. I plan on maybe getting some photos printed from some of my friend photographers. It's a time of giving. It's time of being thankful. Support other creatives. Support other small businesses. Other creatives doing their best to entertain you, to give you value and stuff. And yeah, happy holidays,
Nice.
happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. The Christmas special is coming up here. 2 episodes, probably about
2 episodes. I would say about 2 episodes of a Christmas special.
You can expect the Santa hat to be on. All right, peace.